Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is sitting in a room full of people and feeling completely alone. That sounds like a metaphor. It is not. Your brain is sending out a distress signal right now, and it has nothing to do with danger. It has everything to do with connection, because loneliness is not a mood. It is a biological alarm system, and it is older than language itself. Here is something strange. You can survive without water for about 3 days. You can survive without food for about 3 weeks. But isolation, your body starts breaking down almost immediately. Your cortisol spikes. Your immune system weakens. Your blood pressure rises. Your sleep fractures into shallow, restless fragments. Not after months, after days. Why would your body respond to being alone the same way it responds to being starved? Because for most of human history, being alone meant you were about to die. Go back 200,000 years. You are not the fastest animal on the savannah. You are not the strongest. You do not have claws. You do not have venom. You do not have armor plating or camouflage skin. What you have is a group. A band of 15 to 50 people who hunt together, sleep in shifts, share food, warn each other when predators approach, and collectively raise children who take over a decade to become self-sufficient. Take that group away, and you are a slow, soft, medium-sized primate standing in tall grass at dusk. You are prey. Your brain knows this. It has always known this. In the 1960s, a psychologist named Harry Harlow ran an experiment that disturbed the scientific community so deeply it changed the direction of an entire field. He took infant rhesus monkeys and separated them from their mothers at birth. Then he gave them 2 surrogate mothers. One was made of bare wire but dispensed milk. The other was wrapped in soft terry cloth but gave no food at all. Every single infant chose the cloth mother. They clung to it for hours. They ran to it when frightened. They chose comfort and contact over calories. Harlow called it contact comfort, but what he had actually discovered was something much larger. He had proven that the need for social bonding is not learned. It is not cultural. It is not a preference. It is hardwired into the mammalian brain at a level deeper than hunger. You are that infant. You have always been that infant. Your brain did not evolve to think. That came later. Your brain evolved to connect. A British anthropologist named Robin Dunbar spent decades studying primate brains, and he found something remarkable. Across every primate species, the size of the neocortex, the outer thinking layer of the brain, correlates almost perfectly with one variable: not diet, not territory, not tool use, group size. The bigger the social group a species maintains, the bigger the neocortex it needs. Dunbar called this the social brain hypothesis, and when he applied the equation to humans, it predicted a natural group size of roughly 150. That number has shown up everywhere since then. The size of ancient villages, the size of military companies, the average number of stable relationships a person can maintain at any given time. Your massive, energy-hungry, calorically expensive brain did not grow to solve math problems or build rockets. It grew so you could keep track of who likes whom, who owes whom a favor, who can be trusted, and who is lying. Your intelligence is a social tool. It always was. But here is where it gets stranger. Your brain does not just prefer connection, it enforces it. A neuroscientist at the University of Chicago named John Cacioppo spent over 20 years studying what loneliness actually does to the human body. What he found was not poetic, it was clinical. Loneliness increases your risk of early death by 26%. It raises cortisol to levels comparable to chronic stress. It fragments your sleep architecture, reducing deep sleep and increasing nighttime wakefulness. It triggers a low-grade inflammatory response across your entire body, the same kind of inflammation linked to heart disease, stroke, and Alzheimer's. Cacioppo described loneliness not as a feeling, but as a biological signal, equivalent to thirst or hunger. Your brain is telling you that a critical survival resource is missing, and that resource is other people. Think about that. Your body treats isolation the way it treats dehydration, not as discomfort, as emergency. And your brain has a specific mechanism for enforcing this. It is called the default mode network. When you are not focused on any external task, when you are daydreaming, zoning out, staring at a wall, Your brain does not go idle. It lights up a network of regions dedicated almost entirely to social thinking. You replay conversations. You imagine what other people are feeling. You simulate future social encounters. You rehearse what you should have said. You are not wasting mental energy. You are maintaining your most critical survival system. Even when you are doing nothing, your brain is doing social work. This is not a flaw. This is the whole point. Now pull the lens back further. Why did humans take over the planet? You have probably heard the usual answers: tools, fire, language, big brains. But a developmental psychologist named Michael Tomasello at Duke University argued that all of those are consequences, not causes. The real advantage, the one that separated humans from every other great ape, was something he called shared intentionality. It is the ability to form a goal with another person and work toward it together. Not just side by side, but with a shared mental representation of what you are both trying to do. Chimpanzees can use tools, crows can solve puzzles, dolphins communicate, but no other species on Earth can look at a stranger, point at something in the distance, and immediately establish a joint plan to go get it. You can. You do it every day, every meeting, every group project, every time you help a friend move a couch through a narrow doorway. You are using the cognitive ability that made civilization possible. You did not conquer the world because you were smart. You conquered the world because you were smart together. So what happens when you take that away? Look at the modern world. You live in the most connected era in human history. You can contact anyone on the planet in seconds. You have more access to communication technology than every previous generation combined. And yet, loneliness rates have doubled since the 1980s. In 2023, the United States Surgeon General declared loneliness a public health epidemic, not a trend, an epidemic, comparable in mortality risk to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. How is this possible? Because connection is not communication. Your brain does not register a text message the same way it registers a face. It does not process a like the same way it processes laughter. The systems in your brain that monitor social safety are ancient. They evolved in a world of campfires, shared meals, physical proximity, and eye contact. They are looking for warmth. They are looking for touch. They are looking for synchronized breathing, matched facial expressions, the microsignals of trust that only happen in person. A screen cannot provide these signals. Your prefrontal cortex knows you are talking to a friend. But your amygdala, your vagus nerve, your autonomic nervous system, they are still scanning the room. And the room is empty. You are surrounded by symbols of connection. Your body is starving for the real thing. There is a study that makes this painfully clear. Julianne Holt-Lunstad, a psychologist at Brigham Young University, conducted a meta-analysis of over 300,000 participants and found that strong social relationships increase the odds of survival by 50%. 50%. That effect size is larger than the benefit of quitting smoking, larger than the benefit of exercise, larger than the benefit of treating obesity. The single greatest predictor of whether you will be alive in 10 years is not your cholesterol, your BMI, or your genetic risk factors. It is whether you have people around you who care about you and whom you care about in return. Your relationships are not a luxury. They are a life support system. And your body has been trying to tell you this your entire life. That ache you feel when a friendship fades. That panic when you are excluded from a group. That warmth when someone remembers your name, really remembers it, and their face lights up. These are not soft emotions. They are survival signals from a brain that was built, from the ground up, for exactly one purpose: keeping you bonded to other humans. Every ancient human who wandered away from the group died. Everyone who stayed survived long enough to pass on their genes. You are the descendant of the ones who stayed, the ones who felt the pull, the ones who could not bear to be alone. That pull did not disappear when you moved into an apartment. It did not disappear when you got a phone. It did not disappear when you filled your evenings with streaming and scrolling. It is still there. It has always been there. You were not built to be independent. You were built to be interdependent. Your muscles, your organs, your immune system, your cognitive architecture, all of it was shaped by millions of years of mandatory togetherness. Solitude is not peace for your nervous system. It is a threat, and your brain will punish you for it the same way it punishes you for not eating. Not out of cruelty, out of love, out of the desperate, ancient need to keep you alive. So the next time you feel that pull, that quiet ache, that need to reach out to someone, do not ignore it. Do not scroll past it. Do not tell yourself you are fine alone. You are hearing a signal that is 200,000 years old, and it is telling you exactly what it has always told you. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is sitting in a room full of people and feeling completely alone, and their body is begging them to fix it.